Hello Flosstube! Welcome to Official Mermaids Cove. My name's Natalia, and this is my channel where I share my love of cross stitch and other crafty goodies. It's been a minute since I last saw you. I'm hoping to cover in this video what I've worked on since my last video, some stash investments I've made, go over my monthly review for January, and then talk some more 2025 plans, and we can go into a few mentions. I think in my last video I showed you I was really focusing on two whips. That's basically still the same. So the first one, I don't have a picture to show you. It's not really a weekly mystery sal, but it's a 5-part mystery sal by Autumn Lane Stitchery. It's the Woodland Winter sal, and we're up to part 3. This was part 1, this was part 2, and this is part 3 down here. I'm currently still working on it. So still having fun. I'm stitching this on a 22 count heart anchor fabric, and I started stitching it 1/1 and then I defaulted to stitching it 2/110, and that's just been more enjoyable to stitch on this fabric. So yeah, I'm enjoying it. Each new release that's coming out is really cute. So I am liking it so far. I'm interested in seeing what the next part was. This was the first part and then we went down, so I'm assuming next will be going up. So yeah, I'm really happy with my fabric choice. I really like the dark blue, and I'm seeing a lot of other people who've posted their progress on the Facebook page for Autumn Lane. And there's different fabrics that they mocked it on, but I'm really enjoying how it's looking on the dark blue fabrics, so I'm glad with my choice. So that's where I'm at with this one. The other whip, I can insert a picture of what the final finish will look like, and this is where it's currently at. This is Be Well by Forbidden Fiber Co. I'm stitching this on the called for fabric Winter Sparrow, also dyed by Forbidden Fiber Co. I'm stitching it with the DMCs, and then I'll be using one of the called for colors. That's from Leanne at Forbidden Fiber Co.'s floss that she dyes. I got my needle stuck in here somehow. Okay, so this is where we're at. I finished the words in the middle. It's kind of, you saw it's gonna look like a kind of like a license plate. I finished the bottom words here. I think so. I might have mentioned this before. The specialty thread that I'm using is used on around the license plate, and I don't think I got enough of it. So I'm planning on doing the first leg in like a dark gray DMC, and then stitching over top with it with the specialty thread. So I'm trying to get the frame up to the top line, and then I'll stitch the top line. I'll finish outlining the license plate, and then I'll start using some of the specialty thread and see how far I can use some of that before I need to basically maybe go back to just using the gray DMC. But this is where I'm at. Got a good bit of stitching in it. This was a gift chart. My mom asked me to stitch this for a friend of hers that's recovering or has recovered from cancer. So definitely want to keep getting progress on this. And I think this is a 32 count linen, and I'm stitching it 2/2. Those are the only two things that I have worked on since you last saw me. I haven't really touched any of my other whips. So we'll move on to stash acquisitions, little stash investments that I've done since I last saw you. Let me reach over here. So my local Goodwill, I always like to find like little pouches and stuff. I found this one that was really interesting. Has like a little, I'm not sure what this was necessarily meant for, but I put some rolls of washi tape on here, and then the rest of my washi tape is in here. And I'm thinking of putting some of my pens in here that I'm using to keep up with my calendar. That would be nice. I haven't decided what I'm going to use these other pockets for, but I thought that was, it's got like little, it's got like an inside flap in here. I didn't realize it went down this deep, so that'll be interesting. I'll have to decide what to put in there. But yeah, and there's just a magnetic clasp, and it closes. Kind of looks like a little pencil case. So I thought that was really cool. So I got that from Goodwill. I've been using it for that. I go to my local craft thrift store, and they had posted, they get a lot of their stuff from donations, and they had a lot of basically brand new Krennic spools. So I got 2 of the opalescent, the 032, and that's used in a lot of different patterns, and it's the blending filament, so it's really easy to stitch over top to get an extra shine and sparkle on your projects. This is also blending filament in the color Midnight. It's a really, don't think I've seen blending filament, or I don't think I have blending filament in this color before, but it's really nice blue, dark blue with black and some other highlights in there. I also have a spool of the regular DMC gold metallic gloss and a gold Krennic, the 002. And this one is also blending filament. And then the black 005, also blending filament. So yeah, I got those for like I think each of these were 25 cents, and then the DMC spool they had it for 50 because it was a larger spool. So that was a nice find. I also got some other things. They put out, I happened to be there when they were putting out yarn, so I got these. I got 3 of these for $3 each, so my friend's getting another baby blanket. I have a friend who's having a baby girl this month, I think is her due date, so I already made her 1 blanket, and now I have some more yarn to make her another one. I got some additional washi tape. They still had some of the like pretty sparkly metallics there. There's like a gold foil bows right there, and then this has like a different crowns. It has a crown on there. I might end up using this to highlight when I work on my Disney princesses. I think I was using a different one, but I might start using this one. It's really pretty. It's got like a little deer and crowns, and it's got like a interesting like opalescent holographic shine to it. And then this one, sorry for the crinkles. It's got some nice, we have like scales of justice, and what looks like some stars, some chemistry, glassware, there's a moon with a feather, so maybe they're astrological signs, but also metallic. I think these are not metallic, but there's a pretty purple one with hearts. There's like a red and green one that's kind of Christmassy. I was going to use this to mark off when I work on my Cardinal Biscornu. And then this one's like has a bunch of flowers on it, so it's really good for springtime. You saw the yarn that I got. I also grabbed some chunkier crochet hooks. This is a 10mm hook and an 11mm hook. I really like this, the Boy brand crochet hooks, and this one doesn't have a brand name on it, but it has the similar shape to it, and even though it's plastic, it has a good feel to it, so I grabbed those. I managed to find this buried somewhere, same craft store, for 25 cents. It's metallic ribbon, but you can use it on 13 to 18 count for needlepoint, so I'm assuming I would be good to, well, it says 11 to 22 count for cross stitch. So, sounds good. So I picked up some of that. And then I have a few, not sure where my other, oh, here it is. I got 2 Sharpie pens, like a dark blue and a dark magenta. I got some plastic paperclip things. I thought they make good stitch markers. I have some stitch markers that I made, but I used a little bit heavier beads. These seem like I could use them fairly easily, and they're lighter because they're plastic. So I grabbed those, and then I also grabbed this. It's open, but I think it's basically brand new. It's an Afghan cloth, large cut, 58 inches by 45 inches, and it seems to be 18 count. I've been really wanting to maybe start a pattern for, you know, a quilt. They make patterns for these. I've seen Teresa Little Stitcher stitching on one, and there was somebody else who was showing, like I think Stony Creek has one with like baby animals, it looked really cute. I haven't decided if I was going to do that, or if maybe I was going to try to stitch maybe like some soda stitch patterns on here. I know they have a lot of different fairy tales, and I can maybe stitch one on each of the blocks. I just have to kind of size it out and see how many stitches I have to work with. or even, I know, is it the Little Stitcher who has a bunch of the fairy tale designs? I think I have a couple of those. I think I have like the Ugly Duckling and the Goose Girl. I might see if I could fit that here, or maybe some motifs from that. That'd be cute too, for like a kid's quilt. I think I do have some other. Oh, here we go. I also got a piece of mat board for framing some cross stitch there, and I also grabbed. I was inspired by Cross Stitch the Globe. They showed a video of how they organize their fabrics, and I have a lot of fabric that needs organizing. So I saw that they had this recently donated. It's like a brand new pack of 100 comic book boards for $5. So heck yeah, I snagged that, and I just need maybe some clips, or I haven't decided if I'm going to use. I have some like covered paper clips that I could use that I'm not too worried about like the metal rusting on the fabric or anything. So I might end up using that. We'll see. Or I might just buy the same clips that they showed on their video from Amazon. But yes, I think that's it. Yeah, I don't think I I follow Mo Sale on. I'm part of her Facebook group, and so I definitely did snag some more silks that she listed, but those have not been. I have not been invoiced for those yet, so they haven't shipped to me yet. But when those come in, I'll be happy to show you those as well. So I think that's everything. Okay. So those were my stash investments. I have my monthly review ready to show you. So this is my calendar for January. I think I've already shown you like the first couple weeks. And then this was the third week. And then the last 2 weeks. I also included the first day of February here, just for my weekly stitch counts. I've had quite a few no-stitch days. I looked back at my calendar for January 2024 that I tracked, and it was very similar as far as days I didn't stitch, so maybe, I don't know, I feel like I slowed down a lot during the winter months, and we had a very, very cold week, especially this week, which you can probably reflect in all the zeros. And this one I did get stitching, but I just did half stitches, and since I'm tracking it on Pattern Keeper, I didn't mark down as getting like actual stitch counts, because I didn't mark it off on my tracking. I was able to attend the Friendship Retreat Sal, and I think the Lurkers had their Sal, we're having Zoom meetups, and I think the Lurkers just have their Zoom meetup on the 1st, which I went to that too, so that was fun. I'm enjoying putting the washi tape down for the projects that I'm working on. You can see I've been doing a lot of the Woodland Winter Sal. But yep. So for the third week, and I calculate the stitch counts from Sunday to Saturday. So I got 1,603 stitches in. Week 4, that was a really, really cold week. I got my lowest stitch count for the month, 1,218 stitches. And then for week 5, we had 3,030 stitches. That gives us a total of 14,916 stitches for the month of January and 12,983 full stitches. Like I said, I'm stitching the Winter Woodland Sal half stitch. So I divide that to get a full stitch count. I have one finish. I think I've showed that already. I did a video on how I finished this. It's my Festival Fruit Bat. This was a freebie from the 2024 Jingle Ball from the Blue Flower. The Blue Flower. And I wrote all that out on the back so I'd remember. So I'm very happy with this. I did start it this month and I finished it. And then I fully finished it. So I also had 4 new starts this month. I started my Persephone, I started Be Well, I started the Disney Princesses, and I believe... Oh yeah, I started the Woodland Winter Sal from Autumn Lane Stitchery. I've stitched on a total of 9 whips this month out of 27 when I finished my Fruit Bat. I also stitched on the 4 stars that I mentioned. I stitched on Wintry Wolf, The Noblest Part, which is an ongoing sal that I have from my friends with that we met at the Stitch Florida retreat last year. I stitched on Dracaris for a very little bit. And I think that covers everything that I've actually worked on for the month. A little slow start to 2025, but it's not out of the norm for me based off the numbers from last year, and I got plenty of stitching done last year, so I'm not too worried about it. I currently have 26 whips. I have a total stitch balance of 1,115,608 stitches. If I cap my full coverage to 100,000 stitches a year, that balance comes down to 597,631 for a amended balance, stitch balance, and those would be the remaining stitches that I have on the current whips I have. And I think that's it for my monthly review. I'll be starting a February. I need to put transfer the stitch count over here, and then put whatever I end up stitching on today. I have not stitched on anything today. Yesterday, which was the 1st of February, I'm recording right now on the 2nd of February, I did more crocheting than anything else. I guess I didn't show that, but I can show that to you really quick. I have this project that I've had ongoing. I've kind of lagged on working on it. I switched over to doing baby blankets, and then you know how that goes if you're a stitcher. If you start working on like chunkier yarn and then you try to switch back to doing finer yarn, it kind of takes an adjustment period to get the hang of stitching it with it again and changing your tension up. So I have this beautiful lace work that I'm stitching. It's going to be like a nice, really nice long shawl slash scarf. My husband bought this yarn for me last year in March. It's kind of like an anniversary slash present. We went to a fiber festival, and they're going to be having another one this year in March that I also want to go to, but I kind of need to have done something with the yarn before I can justify getting more, right? So I do want to get some more work on this, and I almost finished one ball of yarn, and then I'll have the other ball of yarn to go off of. So I think I worked... Do I have my stitch counter in place? Maybe not. Maybe I already took it off. But I think I maybe got this much done yesterday, so that was a pretty good fair bit for as thin as this yarn is. So hopefully make some more progress on that. Plans for February. I do want to stitch on the Disney Princesses on the 4th, so that's going to be Tuesday. I want to get some work done on that so I don't lose sight of that one. That way we're stitching on for Allison's Princess B-Day sale, if I'm correct. And then I also want to get maybe some more work done on my Lily Fennec. I do want to finish the Woodland winter sale. I want to keep up with that and those releases. So far I'm doing okay. And that should be finished sometime in the middle of the month. So then I will have that off my plate and I can focus on some other things. I also still want to keep getting progress on Be Well. And then I kind of maybe want to start looking at some of my smaller whips and getting them finished as well. I had plans to possibly start a Valentine's Day start, but I do want to finish something before I do that. Here it is. I wanted to start this. My husband gave this to me as a present earlier this year. This is Luminous Fiber Arts Sweet Love, designed by Misty Purcell. This was my first pattern of theirs. The Mosaic silk that I bought is actually going to be a red, so I'm hoping it'll be perfect for this. And I already have fabric and stash. I just got to make a decision on if I want a bright white or maybe like a slightly ivory fabric. But this is what I'm planning on stitching on for Valentine's. We'll see when I actually end up starting it. It just depends on whether or not I get to get some more progress on some other things first. Okay. So those are my February plans. As far as my 2025 plans, I've been looking at... I don't want to forget about my post that I posted on Instagram last year, which was my hashtag Stitch My Way to You. I think I saw that from Silver Stitches on Instagram. I had a few projects on there. One of them, okay, so I had 7 projects that I put up for that. 1 was my Angel of Elegance, 2 was my Mermaid of the Pearls, 3 was Periwinkle Mermaid, 4 was Cauldron of Myrrh, 5 is Mermaid Marina. I substituted that one because it was Siren of the Seas, and I finished that. So that was an Autumn Lane mermaid, so I picked another Autumn Lane mermaid that I got from their mermaid box for last year. I also had Dracaris as an option, that was my Gecko Rouge kit, and Lily Fennec, which is my Haid. So I totaled up all the locations from all the different people that posted. I kind of gave a few more weeks to see if anybody else wanted to join in before I started and cemented my stitch counts for this year. And I don't think I got any new comments, so we're just going with this. Angel of Elegance, one person picked that, and I totaled it to be 7,997 stitches to stitch on that whip in this year. I'm probably going to end up doing a majority of that in April. I think it's Blushing Pink Stitches that does all the kits April sal for Dimensions kits, and that's a Dimensions kit, so I'll probably hold off until April to do that. Mermaid of the Pearls, one person requested this, and I have a stitch count of 6,457 stitches, which I love that because I really do want to get more progress on that one. I might hold off until May, because, you know, people do mermaid. I'm debating, because I have some things that I want to start in March as well, for like Easter, springtime stuff, so I might hold off until May to do stitching on my mermaids. Periwinkle Mermaid, I don't think anybody requested this one, but I just averaged up the distance from the other whips and decided so I could, you know, have a stitch goal for this too, and I came up with 4,255 stitches. Another mermaid, so I'll probably wait till May to work on that. Cauldron of Myrrh, that's an unconventional X-stitch chart, artwork by Ivy Dollamore. 3 people requested this, so I think this one has my highest stitch count of 9,374 stitches. So maybe I'll try to sneak in. That one would be good for mermaid, and it would also be good for Halloween stitching. So I'm not concerned about being able to make that. I might split the difference and try to get half of it done during mermaid and half of it done during, you know, around October. Then we have the Mermaid Marina. So the person requested Siren the Sea, but like I said, I'm subbing it out because I already finished that one. And the distance I calculated for the stitch count would be 6,646 stitches for the goal for this year. I'm excited about that. I do want to get progress on her. She's very sparkly and pretty. Dracaris is my Gecko Rouge kit. One person requested that, and I got a stitch count of 3,331 stitches on that one. Lily Fennec had 2 people choose that one, and I got a total stitch count of 4,484 stitches on that. So I'll be working those in throughout the year of 2025. So I have that in mind as a goal. And then, so those are my plans that I wanted to talk about. I have a few mentions. Rosie in the Rockies, I was catching up on Flosstube and I saw one of her videos. She's planning on doing a hashtag stitching from stash 2025. She wants to focus on utilizing more of the things in her stash, and she welcomes others to join her in, you know, any way that they might choose to do so. And feel free to use that hashtag on Instagram or your Flosstube videos. I feel like a lot of people are doing this in a variety of different ways. Some people are just doing no buy on charts. Some people are doing no buy on fabric or flosses, unless it's for a project they already have in stash. So as long as they have the chart in stash, they'll, you know, be fine with buying stuff. Other people are fine buying things as long as they don't, you know, try to buy all the materials for it until they start the chart. You can go a variety of different ways, but it's another cool thing to dive into your stash and maybe start on some of those things that you were super happy to buy, but just haven't gotten around to starting yet. The other mention I have, Siska Stitches lost her cat recently. I think I saw that on her Facebook group, so if you get a chance, please go over to her channel and send her some love. You know, we're never ready for one of our babies pass away. It doesn't seem like we get to have them for long enough. They, you know, they're part of the family, and it's always sad when we lose one of those. So be sending her some positive feelings and thoughts and, you know, vibes, and feel free to, you know, send her some nice messages on Instagram or her Flosstube channel while she's going through that. I think that's everything I had to cover as far as what I wanted to do for the video. Now, if you've made it to the end of this video, I am happy to share with you that I've officially reached 400 subscribers. Wow, that's a lot. I haven't been doing this for quite a year yet. I need to look it up to see when I did my first video. I think it might be sometime this month. It might have been sometime this month or maybe even March. I have to see, because I know my Flosstube is coming up. So I want to do a giveaway, and one other Flosstube that I saw mentioned that they were going to give away a unconventional cross-stitch chart. I liked that idea. I know they're still trying to recover from the fire that they had as a business, and you know, that lost their private home too. So I want to support them, and I think it's fairly easy. You can tell me which chart you want, and I can maybe email it to you, or I send you a voucher with a certain quantity, and either you get that amount off the chart. I'll figure it out as far as like how to do it. But that's what I'm offering for the giveaway for this time around. I want to support them. If you want to enter, let me know what you're stitching on. If you're doing any Valentine's stitching, or if you had anything set to start for February. I know we recently just had Lunar New Year start. I did not have a snake pattern set up for that, but I think somebody else was doing like anything that starts with S, Sal, something like that. So I don't know if I'm going to end up participating in that instead, or I found like a really cute Medusa pattern that I might buy and start for that. I don't know. I'm kind of debating, because if it's not something that I like really feel drawn to stitch, I don't know if I really want to do it or not. Do you have any cute snake patterns? You know, anything involving what I'm talking about here. Anything that you might start for February, whether it's for Valentine's or Lunar New Year. Any suggestions that you have, I will consider all those entries for this giveaway. I'll probably wait maybe till the end of the month, or whenever I do my Flosstube video to draw. So just pay attention. And you'll have to comment on this video. All the YouTube giveaway rules apply. You must be 18 years old to enter. I guess depending if I'm not mailing you anything, but to give me any information about yourself, whether your email address and all that stuff, 18 years or older. I'm not promising any monetary value to this. So if for some reason you send me like the wrong email address, or you mistype it, whatever, and I end up just giving the voucher away, like I don't promise to like replace that. I guess that's how that would work with something like this, since it's not being mailed to you. I think that's everything that's covered. When I draw a winner, you're gonna have to reach out to me. I'm not gonna reach out to you. So just be aware of that. Like I won't be commenting on I might comment on your post to say, hey, you've been entered on this video, or yeah, but I'm not gonna go back and say, hey, you won on anything. So like if somebody else reaches out to you, that's scammers, fraudsters, trolls. Like it's not really me. I'm gonna wait for you to reach out once I've announced it. And then after I announce it, I guess I'll keep it open for a couple weeks to give that person time to contact me, and if not, I'll try to draw somebody else. I think I'll try to commit to doing that. Okay, I think that's good. So if you made it to the end of this video, you'll get to participate in that, and I'm so happy that there are people out there that seem to find what I have to share interesting, and I've really enjoyed, you know, meeting new stitchers and interacting with new stitchers. I've been able to participate in so many sales, and I'm participating in some Zooms now, and I seem to be meeting more and more people and just expanding my group of stitchy friends. So this has all been a really great experience. Stitchers are some of the best people, as we all know. So been having a really good time, and I look forward to what we'll get to do in 2025. I know one of Lindsay Stitch's online events is coming up in March, maybe, so I guess I need to look into that. I think I asked somebody, and they said that she hasn't posted tickets yet, but if you subscribe to her newsletter, I think she'll send out an email notice about that. So if anybody's interested in that, look out for that. But I think that's everything that I had. Sorry for the delay. January is just one of those months. I really don't like winter. I just seem to like close in and become a little hermit, and I had a lot of other stuff going on too with work and stuff, so sorry about that. I should go back to my regular schedule as far as weekly videos. I'm still in the midst of catching up on Flosstube. I'm not sure that I can necessarily recommend. Everybody's doing a whip parade, so by all means, you know, go and watch everybody's whip parades. I'm trying to keep track maybe of some of the newer Flosstubers that I'm coming across, but I'm sure there's a few that are getting lost in the shuffle. But I'll try to see if I can't point out some of those in my next video. But yeah, hopefully everything's going good for you. You've had a good start to 2025, and I hope that everything, keeps moving in a positive direction for you this year. Hang in there. We've made it this far. We've already made it through like the darkest, shortest, coldest days of the year so far, at least if you're in the northern hemisphere, if you're facing winter right now. So yay. It's all down here from here, right? Downhill from here, and hopefully the weather will just keep warming up, and we'll have a lot of spring events and other things to look forward to. So until next time, happy stitching. Bye.